Hey, beautiful people. I've got such a great tip for you today. If you have a YouTube channel, and if you don't, why don't you? But if you have a YouTube channel, I'm going to show you something I just discovered about how you can really maximize the ability to use your description area on YouTube to your advantage. Because here's the thing. I'm not like super YouTube expert, but I just keep learning more about it, and I'm live streaming into YouTube and all of the things, right? And I noticed yesterday, I was actually going to talk about something completely different today, but since I discovered this morning and found my workaround, I was like so excited. It's like, I'm going to share a YouTube tip. So what I discovered yesterday is in the banner on the top of your YouTube channel, there's always been a place that you could have a link to an external site, to your website, to your challenge page, whatever it might be. And I was looking at it and I thought, it's gone. The button's gone. What's going on? And I thought maybe I'd broken something when I was messing around in the dashboard of my YouTube studio. But no, it's just gone. I started looking at some other YouTube channels as well, and theirs were gone as well. And so, well, that's kind of weird. They're silently making some changes. I reached out to a couple of friends that do a lot on YouTube, and they were saying, yeah, I think they're making some kind of like stealth changes right now. They're doing it quietly. And I was like, well, thanks a lot, YouTube. So, but then I looked at my description area at the top and I thought, that looks different too, because it used to show several lines of whatever you wrote about your YouTube channel, and people could start to read about it before they went any further. But suddenly it looked very plain, like a tiny little line. I had changed my description and it barely showed. And I noticed it said something about links. And so I thought, okay, what's going on with all of these shenanigans on YouTube right now? And I found a way to overcome them. So I'm going to show you, hoping this all works with me sharing how to move through this on your YouTube channel, because I want you to be able to make the changes. If you've got a YouTube channel, check out your banner. You're probably going to find that you no longer have a way to have anyone click on a link to go anywhere. And then look at your description area. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute, right underneath your banner. And you're going to see that most likely, I don't know if they've rolled it out to everybody, but it looks different because they are making a big change here. So let's take a look right now. We're going to, you don't need to see, you're going to see so many of my face in this next one because it's my YouTube channel. So I'm just going to go full screen so you don't have to be confused by even more of me. Okay, so here we are on my YouTube channel, right? And so what used to be, let me just pull this over so I can work with it here. Right up here, I hope my cursor is showing you, right up here in the right-hand corner of your banner, there used to be a place that you could have a button and that it would take you someplace else. Now, as far as I can tell, see the little hand appearing? These still work for your social media. Won't click on those because we don't need to go there right now. But this is empty. And if you click on that, it just takes you into your own YouTube channel. It doesn't take you anywhere else if you have a little dot or a ball that shows up right there. So that was the first thing of like, what's going on here? And then this area right here, right underneath your banner, that's your description. And it used to be that you could see several lines of whatever you wrote for your description. And I wanted to change mine because I'm doing some alterations of my messaging. And so when I changed it, I had started off saying, hi, I'm Tina. And that's the only thing that showed up was, hi, I'm Tina. And then a first link. But notice there is no way for you to be able to say what that's about. Whatever your URL is, maximize. Well, what does that mean? And why should I care? And then when you click on however many more you have, you're going to see the page and you will see your links down here, right? And so whichever one is the first one here is the one that now shows on the page up here. Okay, so how do we maximize this and make it work for us instead of against us? Okay, so the first thing is in your YouTube channel, go to, and let me just go here. Yeah, go to the right place, Nina. And underneath there, go to your YouTube studio. When you get to your YouTube studio, left-hand side, down towards the bottom, second from the bottom, click customization. Then right here, click basic info. This is where the description is that's going to be on your YouTube channel page. And by the way, you can put your unique handle here. That's a whole other deal. We don't need to talk about that right this minute. But this is where you change the content in your description. So the first thing I did was I started experimenting. And I realized when I studied what was on my page under description, that's when I realized for sure it was only showing the first line, right? So let's think about marketing now. Let's think about strategy and calls to action. We don't want to just say, hi, I'm Tina, and that's all that shows up in my first line. It's already got my photo. It's already got my name. I don't need to reintroduce myself in the first line. And so, and also I found out very quickly that this first line is limited to how many characters. You can see how long these sentences are. Not this one, because it won't show up. It will cut off. So I had to experiment a little bit with what would show up. So I got the bright idea because I also knew that the first URL that was on my page right there was not necessarily where I wanted to send them, because there was no way to say what it was about. So let's take a look. If you go further down the page here, this is where you put, again, we're in the customization and we're in basic info on your YouTube studio. Down here is where you can put your URLs. And I had my copywriting site was first in line. And I was thinking, I want to maximize the ability to get someone to follow me, join with me, learn more about me, and understand immediately what that is when they see the link. And so by putting your cursor on these little hamburger stacks right here, these look like a little equal sign. See, you can move them around. See, all you have to do is drag and drop. And so I dragged my free ChatGPT quick start guide, which the URL just said, remember it said tinalorenz.com/maximize. Okay. Doesn't tell them a darn thing. And so just by looking at that. And so I put it in first position. Again, you can drag them around, just drag and drop wherever you want, whatever your most important URL, whatever you want them. And remember, you can change this at any time, but whatever you want them to do. And I recommend you actually have a place for them to go that makes sense for you with whatever you're doing with your marketing. Put that right here in first position. Okay, we're doing that while we're here inside the customization basic info area of your studio, your YouTube studio. So going back up to the top, when I rewrote my line, when I realized this right here was the only line that was going to show, I did say hi just to be friendly, because and also remember my photo will be like right over in this area on that description. And what did I write? Want to learn more about ChatGPT for free? Click on first link below. Now, I don't say click on the first link below on this page because it won't fit. And I also, when I was fiddling with it, I realized that even saying that, they might not quite know where to go. So I decided to put in a little arrow emoji right here for free. Click on first link below. Now, my second thing was when I did that and I tested it by looking at it, and I'll show you, you do that by going to view channel after you publish. The arrow is pointing straight down, and that's still me, the detail person. I didn't like that it was not pointing right at the URL. And so I went back and looked at the emojis, and yes, there's an arrow one that's angled, and it was angled the right direction. And so I put it there. Now I'm going to show you, we don't need to change this because I have what I want, but if I wanted to, look, I took a little space out. See right here, this just lit up where it says publish. That's how you save whatever you did. But mine was faded out a minute ago because I'd already published. But you just go right here, I made a little change. I want to save it, so I'm going to click publish. And there it goes. And that's why it's faded out now. And if you look back down at the bottom of your page, you'll see changes published, go to channel, okay? But also it says view channel right here. So now we've got my first line with a call to action to click on the link to get my free guide. And then I go on and go ahead. And again, this is limited how many characters you have. And so I just tightened it up considerably for what I do. I do business consulting. I train in ChatGPT how to humanize and optimize it for your business. I have other copywriting programs. I do corporate copy coaching. I do individual and group coaching. I have multiple programs. And occasionally I take a very few elite clients for high-level done-for-you copywriting projects. And then I specialize in quick and conscious adaptation with human-first innovation and peak performance. And let's just put a little period right there, by the way. There we go. And we'll save that too. Publish, okay? So that's what mine says. So let's take a look at what this looks like. And what I also noticed is that sometimes it takes a few minutes for the change to actually show up, though mine is there right away. What I did was just take out this teensy-weensy space right there. So let's look at what it looks like now, okay? And you see what's happening? I'm live streaming. And so right now, here we go again with this meta deal. You're seeing me live stream while I'm live streaming into the live streaming platform of both YouTube and LinkedIn. So this is really happening right now, right? So that's why that's showing up here. And then after that, will show up all the other things that I've already published. So okay, let's look now. No button up here anymore. So we're maximizing this description space. Hi, want to learn more about ChatGPT for free? Click on first link below. And I angled the arrow right over to where the first link below is. It's lit up and is clickable. And then when I click on and for more links, now we're seeing the description I was just showing you, right? And this is how the four more links look down here. The first one was the ChatGPT one. The second one is my copywriting workshop. The third one is my quantum copywriting. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on LinkedIn. And I think I rearranged the LinkedIn to be higher up on the page, but I can see, I'll take care of that later. And so that's where you see the four more links, and they all work, right? So I can click on any of these and they will work. I'm not going to do that now and confuse us even more with sharing it right here. But I hope that this is really helpful to you. I was like super excited when I figured this out because, and maybe it won't make a difference to you if you weren't paying attention to what it looked like in the first place on your description, or you don't have a channel. But if you do, and you've noticed that something's changed right here, take a look at yours, because you're probably going to find it changed. It used to show a lot more. And I found that even here, if I said click on the first link, it was too long and it cut off some letters. So experiment with that. And because you can go back and publish as many times as you need to, but that's what you hit instead of save. You just publish, right? And so that is how this works. And I hope this has been helpful to you. I honestly just thought, I have cracked the code on these YouTube shenanigans that are happening right this minute. And there's always changes happening in our marketing, no matter what, right? Changes in the algorithms on LinkedIn, changes in how the platforms are working, or what the page looks like. Yesterday, I wanted to reorder some of my skills list on LinkedIn, and I didn't know how to do it. And because you can drag them around, but I just couldn't quite figure out how to do it. So I was watching YouTube videos, and some of them were from just a few months earlier even, and they still were not accurate to what the page looks like now. So sometimes you have to do some digging to figure it out. And on this one, I just happened to listen to somebody that's a YouTube expert talking about some of the upcoming changes. And there were some things that didn't apply to me, but when they said this one thing about what something was coming with the banner, I thought, that's it. And I noticed it really just rolled out in the last, I think just in the last few days. So I hope this is helpful to you. I know a lot of people use their LinkedIn, their YouTube, I misspoke there, YouTube banner. A lot of people use their YouTube banner as another source of marketing, because you can change it all the time. And so you could have an upcoming event, or maybe you're having a summit, or you're doing a challenge, and you're going to put a link to it in your YouTube banner just for that period of time. Can't do that anymore, but you can definitely do it on your description page. Really easy. If you don't have to change the whole description page. You could just change the first line even for upcoming event, and with the date, and then have that link be right there with the arrow, that type of thing. I mean, it is kind of limited as far as design capabilities, but you can get the point across. And so this is just another example of how we take our marketing strategies that we might already know and apply them in different ways, and keep our eye on the ever-changing landscape of what's happening online, what's happening with your marketing, infusing ChatGPT and how you do a lot of the things you're doing now, all of these different things we're watching. And we have to be able to evolve and adapt and move forward quickly. And that's one of the things. I really seriously just figured this out a few hours ago. And I had something else I was going to talk about today. I thought I'll move that onto the weekend, because I want you to get this like right now in real time. And this is how quickly I was able to implement change on my YouTube channel. And it's how quickly you can implement change on yours if you have one. And if not that, whatever else you get from me on these videos that I'm sharing with you, and I give you the tips and strategies, even if you just take one, implement right away. Take one that you can do today, because I think almost always I give you something that you could do immediately. Even if you don't have a team, even if you're all by yourself, you're a solopreneur, and you're running your business online, or just getting started wherever you might be at, or you're a corporation that's got a team of a bajillion people that can do it for you. There's tips here that you can implement right away in your marketing and your niche to affect change and optimization for the monetization and reach and impact that you have. That's what I've got for you today. Now, I know the weekend's coming up, and I'm going to not non-evergreen this by saying that, but you should be watching every day. Check LinkedIn out every day. It isn't just post on LinkedIn a couple of days a week and hope for the best. What if you were to post every single day and see what happens? I invite you and challenge you to do that. I also challenge you, if you're not using YouTube, to start thinking about how you can. I'll give you some tips on how you might leverage both of those together and get several things done with one piece of content. How would you like to learn about that? Would that be helpful to you? Hope so. All right, that's it. We're done for today. Today's my anniversary, so we're gonna go to lunch and have a little time together. And on Monday, we're going to the Van Gogh exhibit with the lights and you walk right into the artwork. Can't wait. I'll tell you all about that next week. But I'll be back tomorrow because this is Tina Lorenz. I've made a commitment to you and I made one to myself, and I'm going to honor it by showing up every single day in August. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.